Just get on the roof. Okay. It takes some practice, you know. Saints Row is finally upon us, and it's time to head to Santo Ileso and build our own gang and lead them to the top of the criminal food chain. In anticipation of the game, I've already spent hours creating my own original custom character in Boss Factory, and now it's time to take them to the streets and cause some mayhem. Presented by Saints Row. We're going to be jumping into one of the early missions of Saints Row with none other than the creative director of Saints Row, Brian Traficante. Brian, thank you for joining us. What are we getting ourselves into today?
At this point in the game, the Saints are busy with their plan to start and spread their criminal empire throughout the city. In this mission, Kevin the boss are going to go and make a statement with the idols. They're going to get the respect that they've been looking for in the city, and the best way to do that is to eliminate some of the collective leadership that runs the group known as the idols.
We steal the Hummingbird Codex. Marshall wanted to protect it. Panteros and the idols wanted to steal it. And if it wasn't for that fucking book, we wouldn't have formed the Saints. It should be ours.
I like it. How do we do it?
I mean, I figured we'd just go in with a bunch of guns and kill the shit out of everybody. But if we want to do some heist movie stuff, I can work with that.
Yeah, that's cool. Guns work.
Sounds good.
All right, so Kevin and I are off to go steal this exotic book to get some respect for the Saints.
Right, that's the Hummingbird Codex, which is a bit of a trophy in the city. The factions have been fighting over it. The Panteros were smuggling it when you captured it while you worked for Marshall. The idols stole it from you, and now you're going to steal it back from the idols.
Now, I want to point out this gun isn't exactly just off the shelf. This is a fully upgraded hand cannon with a signature
ability. Yeah, each weapon has a challenge. When you complete that challenge, if you go back to the friendly fire or a weapon cache, you can upgrade to use that signature ability. Maybe it's extra damage, it could be bleed effects, damage over time, really fun additions and alterations to weapon behaviors.
Oh, crap!
Oh, right on.
We took a different approach to wingsuiting, and we wanted it to not overtake driving. We wanted these two mechanics to work well together and not have one be stronger than another, right? Because if you could just wingsuit, then why would you drive? So this will get you up in the air and give you a bird's eye view. It's great for exploration. It's great to get away from notoriety. Super useful tool.
What did I shoot? Was that like a spray paint?
Okay, we call them chaos props. They're scattered throughout the game, and you'll have a quick trigger, a Y, if you're playing on Xbox controller, and it will take a single shot, auto-target, and create some piece of chaos in the scene. Usually it's a dynamic object that'll bounce around or something that'll explode. It's a nice way to get some advantages in combat.
Fireworks, why not? Yeah. Now, in addition to the idols, what are some of the other factions we'll be dealing with?
Right, so we've got a faction known as Los Panteros, and they're like the strength faction of the game. Brutes and brawlers, people that are from Santo originally, and they put all of their energy into just being as strong as they possibly can be. You'll see it in their weapons, you'll see it in their vehicles, anything about shows of strength. And we also have Marshall Defense Industries, which are a PMC of sorts, inspired by what we've done in Saints Row 3 with Stag. They've got bleeding edge technology that they deploy to their recruits, and when you fight them, you see them being more tactical, more professionally trained. They'll throw out smoke grenades, they'll use laser sights and things like that. So every faction has a pair of specialist combatants. This is the Raver. She'll use her poise sticks to deflect incoming bullets. So you gotta time your attacks or get behind her.
I had a feeling there'd be some nautical misadventures involved with this.
Yeah, throughout the missions, we like to utilize as many different mechanics and opportunities for the players to experience the whole breadth of adventures and journey for the Saints, for the players.
Now, do you have any tips for people who are checking out this Saints Row as their very first Saints Row?
Be ready to have lots of fun and dig in. So the idols like to commandeer and take over parts of the city. This is one of their mini HQs, a yacht. They've also got a mansion that they hold a lot of their key activities at that the player visits earlier on.
All right, so we're gonna blow up a yacht.
Yeah, time for a little payback.
It's hot. Run.
Oh, that's the collective. They've got some tricks up their sleeves too.
For the collective!
Now, are we talking at all about sort of how this exists within the larger Saints Row universe? Are there going to be any sort of, you know, aside from Jim Robs being a spoonerism of maybe a popular establishment, any other kind of callbacks or Easter eggs we could be on the lookout for?
Absolutely Easter eggs. We are proud of our past and we love it. And if there's an opportunity to bring players along a journey like that and laugh with some references, we love to do that. So yeah, you got to look carefully. You'll see some very familiar stories.
Seriously.
Now tell me about co-op.
Yeah, the whole game is playable with untethered two-player co-op. In missions, activities, diversions, anything. Much like we've done in the past, we have to do a sync. We bring players together in any modal content, and we put them into that mode, and then when we exit back in the open world, they're completely untethered. One of the great things we've added to the co-op is an exclusive co-op feature called pranking. Each player gets a unique challenge, and when they complete that challenge, they could prank the other player. Pranks look like swarm of flies, swarm of bees around the player for 5 minutes. But some of the best things you could do is actually change the player model into a toilet, a garbage can, a mailbox. And those things will actually animate and talk in cinematics. And when you're one of these objects, you can shoot, you can drive, you can do anything that you would do normally. It's so much fun.
Turn your friends into toilets. I'm in support of this. Now, you've got, of course, a bunch of side activities that are coming back. There's insurance fraud, and there's mayhem, there's familiar stuff like that. Can you tell me about some of the new additions?
Yeah, so we've taken the traditional activity and we broke them into these 14-player ventures that you can build. And those range from different types of scavenger hunt, types of gameplay, melee-focused combat in our dojo, where you'll build a karate dojo and you'll have to take on the rival karate schools. Also in Chalupa Cabra, it's a mix of ranged combat and vehicle combat, where you're taking over a drug network via food trucks. So we've taken a lot of the mechanics in the game and we distributed them across all these fun ventures. Every time you build a venture, you get new gameplay in the city, and as I said before, there's 14 of these. And you get to choose which ones that you want to place and, and where they go in the city.
Cool, and it's all in the name of kind of just growing the Saints empire.
Exactly.
Fucked up collective HQ? Yeah, I'm sure that was it. Talk about a goddamn statement. Hells yeah, buddy. Hells yeah.
All right. Brian, thank you so much for joining me, and thank you to everyone at home who watched this video. For everything Saints Row, you are already in the right place, IGN. Now, time for more crime.